I'm conscious.
Now what?
What's going on? Yeah, what's going on? Yeah. Hold it. What you talking about, doctor?
All right. What's happening? Yes, we are back with another episode of I'm Conscious Now What. I'm Derek Dunlap, and it feels good. Yeah. Y'all remember that song? Forgot the name of that group. Anyway, it feels good, ladies and gentlemen, to be back. Late night for me. I'm an early bird. I'm usually in the bed by 9:30 every night. You know, that's a part of my sleep regimen that I've been doing now for about a year. So I go to bed early, play at night, wake up early, sunrise. But it feels good to be back with you guys at the 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I know everybody's wondering, like, what happened to you Sunday, Derek? Let me explain. And let me also tell you a short story, and then we're going to dive into today's show. It's been a long time coming. It seems like I haven't done the show in like a month. So it's great to be back. Sunday, I was in such a great space. Saturday night into early Sunday morning. Okay. And everybody knows last Sunday was Super Bowl 51. All right. I'm not a big football fan. I like boxing though, right? From one extreme to the another. I always, since I was a little lad, my grandfather used to watch boxing. My mom used to watch boxing. I just like the sport of boxing. I like the sport, the rhythm, the workout, you know, the training that they put in. Anyway, everybody knows, or at least a lot of people know, that Super Bowl Sunday is when the big boys come out to play with energy. Okay. And those of you who know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about, right? The big boys come out to move energy on that day. And I didn't want to fuck with it. I didn't want to play. No, you see, I'm conscious. Now what? You understand what I'm saying? I didn't want to play with them. You know, can you imagine the energy in that stadium that was just being stolen? Just siphon, just like you run out of gas. I don't know if any of you ever done this before. You ran out of gas. I've done it. I'm guilty. And you got that little tube and you stick it in someone's gas tank. This was a long time ago. And you just siphon the gas out of the other person's tank, and it just starts flowing into one tank. Man, that's what Super Bowl Sunday was like when you talk about rituals and black magic and energy exchanges. And I just didn't want to play. Right? I just didn't. I was in such a great space and I wanted to hold my frequency. I didn't want to play. I just didn't want to play. So let me tell you what my ego did to me. And I am just growing as a multi-dimensional being. I feel my growth. I'm experiencing my growth, and I'm going through growing changes. Okay. I'm realizing that my perspective of things is really broadening, broadening so that I'm beginning to see things in so many different variations and ways that it's like kind of uncomfortable. Tell you what my ego did, and I saw it in a very uncomfortable way. But let me tell you what happened first. I was just meditating one day, like I normally do, about the noon 2 p.m. meditation. And my ego out of nowhere just decides to move in to take space. When I was trying to center. And my ego took me in thought, and I saw the visuals. It was weird, but my ego kind of asked me if I had to put it in language, what the fuck are you doing with your life? And it began to show me all of the quote unquote physical things that I've acquired in this incarnation, the money, some of my cars, some of my toys, some of my motorcycles. And I mean, it was just firing them into my mind with visuals, right? And it showed me, me and my homeboys, having fun, and you know what I mean? Or what we call fun, and just out of nowhere, it just took me to where I am now. And I had to really pause and just really suck it up, because my ego had a way of making it one extreme to the next. You see what I'm saying? In the physical. And I sat in that for a minute, and then I quickly minimized my ego and got it up out of there. But within minutes, I was able to take that one extreme to the next and just embrace them both and just accept both situations as equal and just marinate in the frequency. Before, I'll give you guys an example. Those of you a little longer and you get high and you just sit there while you high, because you young cats, y'all get high. No, y'all call it turn up now. Y'all turn up. You turn up and you're just sitting in the chair and you're just evaluating in a lot of cases how fucked up your life is. You know what I mean? My ego did that to me, and I was just able to take both experiences, and they were the opposite in polarity, perception, good and bad. And I was able to just even it out. So yeah, I'm growing, but I'm growing pains because I have to adapt to seeing things from a much, much wider perspective, which gets us into our topic today, right? Gets us into our topic. And I ran with this topic tonight because of a lot of people are uncomfortable talking about this topic, especially if you came from a religious background. And we got all types of souls that watch this broadcast. We got Christians, we got Muslims, we got free will beings, we got all variations of people. And someone asked me this question. They asked me, Derek, you have to agree that the times that we're in, right now are just crazy. And they said it from a space of just concern, and they went from that extreme to ask me, have you ever thought about, some of the things that were written in the ancient books, different stories of these fallen angels, which fell from grace, that were in the quote unquote heavenly realms. with Prime Creator, you know? Have you ever thought that we could actually be the fallen angels? Now, it was funny because when I was Christian, if you would have asked me that question, I mean, those are almost like fighting words. You know what I mean? For like religious people, because the fallen angels were like, just because you're comparing them to the Prime Creator, something that is perfect, just perfect, flawless, endless, you know? So you instantly get that boom, that bad stamp. And so I thought about it, and I just put all of my consciousness on that question. And I came up with my own perception, which is my 2 cents. And I'm gonna get a lot of you, give a lot of you who feel led to call in today and give me your perception, because even when I leave my body and I travel to other dimensions, I always, for some reason, and I do it every time, I always put a protection shield of light around me. And I had to really think about that. For some reason, when I leave my body, I still protect myself from what? In the astral realms. And then when I think about the one time, almost twice, but the one time in my life when I experienced infinite, one-on-one with what I would call the source, I had no sense of division, duality. I was free. I didn't have any fear or any, it was just a blissful, fulfilling experience. And I can't hold that frequency now. I can't even conjure up the feeling. I couldn't do that right now if I tried, going right back to source. I mean, literally sitting, becoming one with source, allowing source to look through your vessel as source. And I feel like something is blocking me from that. Now that I really think about it, I can only go so high in the astral realms. And I feel like, and I know, because the universe is infinite. So if I can only go so high, there are a lot of higher frequency dimensions that I can't reach based on my vibration. See, when I was asked that question, I didn't look at it as like a good or bad thing, because my ultimate goal, and you guys hear me saying this even before I was asked this question, I'm trying to get out of here. Get out of where? Could we be? Are we the fallen angels? Are we from that descent? Are we from that seed? Have we fallen from our higher selves into our lower selves? I say yes. I say yes. I say yes. And I'll tell you why. I say yes. Because I feel from the core essence of my being that the reason that I'm still here, and you've heard me say this before, is I'm learning how to love. I'm learning how to love. In this carnation, I found love, the true love, the love that casts out fear, the love that casts out color, race, gender, the love that sees past flesh, physical things, that sees into the spiritual realm, that sees right, connects right to the souls. I'm learning how to channel and hold that frequency. So if I'm learning how to get there, I'm not there. I'm not there. There's something I must learn. There's something I must experience. I'm a fallen one on a journey to find my way back to source, prime creator. I would love to hear some of you guys take on this. The number is 734-237-44. 2744. I'm gonna get these phones on. If you feel led to chat with us today, jump on that phone line. And I am going to jump over to the chat. I have not seen you, ladies and gentlemen, at 9 o'clock. I haven't seen you, ladies and gentlemen, in a while. So let me see who we got in the chat. Let me give some love. Show some love with the hearts if you're out there. Sup, Elise? Welcome, welcome. I got my good and faithful moderator, JH. What's up, partner? Where the hearts? Give me some of them hearts. And we got the purple lips with the beautiful white teeth avatar. B. What's up, B? It's great to have you here on I'm Conscious Now. What? The fallen ones. The fallen ones. Just something to make you say, ladies and gentlemen. Just something to make you say, Now that when you really, really, really think about that, thank you so much for the hearts. We probably have, ladies and gentlemen, today about a 3 or 4 minute break because I'm just seeing the hearts. Bright is in the house. Stars in the house. Zen is in the house. Zach is here with us. Flame Knights is with us. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for the love. You know, I'm still pondering on that question. I would love, if you feel led, I would love to hear someone else's take, even in the chat. In the chat, do you think that we're, and when I say we are, I don't think we all are from the fallen angel descent. If you look at it from an angel perspective, different languages, fallen spirits, fallen angels, I don't think we all are, I do believe, and I know, because I can feel the angelical frequencies. We do have people who have volunteered to come to Mother Earth. Yes, this is true. This is true. I'm just telling you guys, based on my frequency, I'm learning how to love again. I told you in another one of my carnations, I saw it just as vivid as we are here. I was very, very wealthy, not rich, very, very wealthy. And I was very, very selfish in another carnation. So this is I'm molding, you know, and I found love in this incarnation. So I'm on my way. I'm on my way out. I'm on my way out. All right, so Derek, I say you do what Bubba suggested and get a session with Greg Mara or Eric Rains. He got back a part of himself that was being restricted, most likely by negative or karmic energies. All right, yeah. I know where you're going with there, but let me put it to you guys like this. I'm an open book, especially when I do this show. This show helps me heal, okay? And I don't think you guys, some of you guys do, some of you guys don't, because we got a younger audience, and I'm just honored to have a younger audience listening to me. Some of you guys don't understand the frequency of love. You know what I mean? Like the love that casts out all fear, because it's so far-fetched on planet Earth right now. There's a lot of what they call lust here now. I mean, to be able to hold that frequency of love that casts away all fear, that first love, that prime creator love, whew, I'm learning how to get there. See, I could tell somebody, I love you, I love you, I love you, but saying it and being it are two different things. So yeah, I can get all of the hooks and all of these things taken out of me, but the bottom line is, where is my organic frequency at? You see what I'm saying? How do I deal with my own energy now that all of these hooks and things are off of me? How do I sit in my own energy? How do I use my own energy? Am I hoarding my energy? Am I sharing my energy? You understand what I'm saying? So this is the journey, because I mean, think about it. When we get back to source, and we'll get there. We'll get there. We got infinity. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll be perfect. Whew. Can you even imagine that? We'll be perfect. Phew. Can you even imagine that? Just, man, that just made the hair on my arm stand up. Perfect. Source, everything there is and ever could be, all at the same time. And you're conscious and aware of that. I'm a fallen one. I'm trying to get there. I'm going to get there. You know? We on planet Earth. 3 density. We on planet Earth. So it's just something to think about. All right. Let's see. According to, got some comments in here. According to the spirit science, what happens is that the Martians cut their connection to source and then conquered the earth. Okay, bright-minded. This is a test, says Zen. I got my wrong glasses on today. In evolution, this is not a get back to the source. We are always with the source. There is just the source expanding itself. Yeah, but see, a lot of you are talking about, when I say get back to source, right? We are all chips of source. I understand that the source is everywhere, but I think what you having a hard time grasping is being conscious of that. See, it's one thing to say we are all source, right? I mean, you can say that easy, but to be conscious, to have source consciousness. See the difference? source consciousness, infinity, everything that there is happening at once, simultaneously, perfect. And you observe it all and feel it all and become it all. No lag. See? Yeah, we're all chips of source, but we haven't reached. We're on a journey to return to that source consciousness. Big difference. I mean, anybody that's keeping it real, you know, big difference. Big difference. You know, you got people that take what was that one? ME50 DMT, trying to, and that's just that's just like a boop, a 5-minute experience of it. And you understand what I'm saying? But to be able to hold that frequency of source, man. Let's get on the phone lines, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello?
Yes, this is Derek Dunlap. You're live on I'm Conscious Not What.
Okay. So I don't know where you just last left off in the convo, but I was just thinking about, like, what do you think about, I guess, like, why you're here and feeling like you're falling in and getting back to source. Yeah, I think I kind of feel the same way for sure. And do you ever feel like even grateful for like lower moments, like because they help you appreciate the higher moments? And I just feel very grateful to experience all of it, even like, because like, yeah, I definitely go through times where I'm just like fearful or anxious, but it's always so rewarding to grow from that and get out of that. So I don't know, it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's just like the example that I told you when my ego, you know, took me to that space and I was able to experience it and feel it, but take both frequencies, which were total opposite. I mean, just total opposite like that. I mean, and I was able to just balance that and just stay in the middle of it and make a great experience out of both of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's all our perspective. It's what we attach to things that happen. It's what we attach to it. We have the choice to attach whatever emotion, feelings to different things, but we've been taught, right? We're under this polarity law, the law of polarity, good, bad. So that's one choice or the other. You gotta choose one. You know what I mean? That's what we were taught.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
there's always so much more. Like,
Exactly. It's one or the other.
like,
So
when you're in space, you can, like, there's, I like how I like to visualize it is like I'm like a point in space and there's this ball of, I don't know, some kind of like energy around me. And so you have that whole sphere, that entire sphere of direction that you can go in. It's not just left or right. You have all, like, you left like everything in between 0 to infinity of directions of possibilities to go in. And so like I understand like getting thrown by emotions and things like that, because like I'm still learning to deal with certain things, like deal with like extreme emotions and things like that. But like when you just like take a step back and you breathe and you're like, I think a good question to ask too is saying like, well, what then? Like, oh no, I'm so fearful this is gonna happen. Okay, so then what? Like then what? Like then what are you gonna do about it? You know, like there's so many different directions you can go, and it doesn't just have to be like, oh, this is bad, everything's going to shit.
Exactly. And that's just tapping into the multi-dimensional being that you are. I got a great analogy from my higher self the other day, and I wrote it down. I hope I can wing it. And it showed me as myself where my consciousness was spending the most time. And let me break it down. It gave me the example of a writer. It gave me the example of a director, kind of like a movie. The writer, the director, right? And then it gave me a visual of the script. The thoughts is the script. I'm gonna get there.
Oh.
And then it gave me the last one. It gave me the actor, which was the avatar that you, ladies and gentlemen, see right now. It was this guy.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And my higher self said, you have the ability, being a multi-dimensional being, to be the actor, the script reader, meaning we could visually view our thoughts, read our thoughts, examine our thoughts. Then you could be the producer of this life. You know what I'm saying? You can write your own story and you can direct it all. But you're choosing to play the actor 90% of the time, Derek. So
that's kind of fun though. Like you can have so much fun with that. Like, all right, let's create this cool little setup. You know, let me jump right into this creation, my production here, and I'm gonna have fun with it. Like I'm gonna play this part because I made it, and I love myself. I'm gonna make it good, and like, you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to be like kind of like a content creator, like director, producer kind of thing. And with that, you're not gonna put out something you're not proud of. You know what I mean? That's embarrassing. So like, you gotta like love yourself, make something good. Like a good setup, a good production, like the script is good, the like cast is good, the people you put around you, you know what I mean, your environment, and then you step into that and be like, yep, this is, you know, I made this, like I created this, like I guess like you see, like ego doesn't have to be a bad thing, right? Because you can like mold it to what you want it to be, right? Like in alignment with your soul wants.
Yeah, it's you know, and this is just me, I just don't see things as good and bad anymore. And a lot of people have a hard time. What do you mean, Derek? You know, I just don't. I just see everything as an experience, something that I'm experiencing, something that I'm viewing. I'm experiencing it. We had a tragic death in my wife's family. And those are some serious times. And and the only thing that I could do was imagine what it would feel like to lose one of my kids, you know? And I held the feeling and then I let the feeling go.
Yeah.
But I didn't label it bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't label it as a bad thing. It was an experience. But that's easier said than done. Now, what was your name? Let me write your name down.
Oh, no, I called before. This is Elise.
Oh, Elise, my girl, Elise. Yeah, my sister. My sister, Elise. Well, I really appreciate you. So you say that it's possible that is possible. Do you think we are? Are we? I want to kind of take account. Do you think we're from that fallen angel descent? Or were you a volunteer? Did you volunteer to come here? Are you know what I mean? Where are you at, Lise?
Well, I don't know about everybody, but I remember one time hearing, I think maybe from like one of Ryan's videos about like choosing to be here.
Mm-hmm.
And that really resonated with me right away, but I've never really considered other things like being an angel or anything like that. But the thought of volunteering to be here makes sense because like I just feel like I can see things and then like take action. Like I don't know, like I don't consider myself a very passive person. So the thought of volunteering to be here kind of makes sense for me.
Okay. All right. Well, at least I thank you for calling.
For sure. For sure. Good to talk to you, dude.
Okay. Peace and love, sister.
Peace and love. Bye.
All right. So we got Sister Elise who says she volunteered to come here. I'm still on the fallen side. The number is 734-230-2744. We're talking about the fallen angels. And I just want to touch on it a little more. I'm going to play with it a little bit today. And I see it. This is kind of weird. I'm just going to throw this out here. I'm getting all kind of visions now. And I got the vision of cancer. What cancer does to the physical body. And cancer is a group of cells, foreign cells, that don't belong in a particular body. And those cells fight against the other cells, right? Until eventually they wipe out all of the original cells in the body and they're replaced with these foreign cells. They just cause the body to fight against itself. You know what I mean? And the microcosm of that, from a higher perspective, we are those cancer cells on Mother Earth right now. When you really just take a look at Mother Earth and how she's being polluted, and the GMO foods, right? And all of the resources that we are just wasting, right? The different race wars, foreign, the ban on foreign people coming into the United States. Can you see that's like cancer to our physical bodies? This is the cancer that's going on from a higher perspective. The fallen ones warring against the prime creator, the order, the perfect, I guess, frequency of infinity, oneness. Just something to think about. Let's get another caller on here right now. We gonna go to Gary, Indiana. Hello. Gary, Indiana. How are you? I lost you. Gary, Indiana, you got a bad phone connection. All right, so Zen says cancer are cells that try to survive when cells are meant to die. Like we have to accept our non-eternity as a cell. Good analogy, brother. Great perspective. Great perspective, Zen. Great perspective, Zen. It is very interesting, Matthew, isn't it? All right, Gary, Indiana. I tried to hit you up twice. So the phone lines are open 734-230-2744. I want to know your take on, are you from the fallen descent? Have you came to that conclusion? Where are you in your ascension? Did you volunteer to be here on planet Earth at this time? Are you here based on your frequency? Let's chat. Let's chat. Let's chat. I have on the wrong glasses today. Everyone check out the YouTube channel. Why is this true? You won't regret it. Lane B. Interesting, interesting. What's up, peoples? What's on your mind? What's on your mind? Phone lines are open, 734-230-2744. We're talking about or trying to get some more perspective on the fallen ones. The thing is this also that really has me thinking, you have to really use your will and your desire now to even get out of body, to even create these timelines where it's just bliss. You know what I mean? And I just feel like it didn't always have to be that way. You know what I mean? I can visualize. I can't pull it up all the time and just hold it, but I can visualize. I can go there sometimes where there's just perfect, infinite peace. You know? Just perfect peace. And you can't always find that. You have to will yourself to that now.
Call from Brittany.
Brittany, welcome. You're live with Derek on I'm Conscious Now What? What's up? Can you hear me? I guess she could not hear me. All right. Back over here at the chat. I feel the same way. I've had dreams of events that would happen, and then they would happen. It was like I viewed them. I felt content with, I guess this is the event. Those experiences are odd to describe.
Call from Brittany.
Hey, Britt. You're live with Derek on I'm Conscious Now What? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Welcome.
Call from. So I posted my question in the chat, but I'll just go ahead and extend it. Okay. So the title is I'm Conscious Now What? Mm-hmm. And I don't think I'm at a point where I'm conscious, but I'm aware. And I don't think that I chose to be here. I almost feel like it was predestined. So what is that called? Like, how is that interpreted?
That's great. That's a great perspective. And I just want to flip the first part, though, because I know what you were trying to say. You were saying you're not conscious, but you're aware. You are always conscious. You're just not always aware that you're conscious. We are awareness. That's in the core essence of who we are. We are awareness. You know what I mean? We are consciousness. That's what we are. We are consciousness, energy. We're just not aware of that all the time. You know, when you become aware, that's when you focus all of your consciousness on a singular item or a singular object or a singular thought. I mean, you just give everything you have and just focus on that thought, and you become aware. And that's what we call lucid, right? In the non-physical realm. So you are conscious. You are just growing. Your awareness is broadening. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, so maybe, okay, so I what you're saying, just not always aware of being conscious at the particular moment or time or
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. That's what we are, consciousness. We are all conscious. We are conscious beings. It's just we're growing our awareness. And a lot of times that gets flipped up, but that's what I am. I am consciousness, infinite consciousness, infinite energy. That's what I am. You know what I mean? And that's where I like to view the scope of my life from consciousness. So it takes away that, for me, what it does is when I view this experience as just consciousness, it takes me out of the avatar seat or the actor seat, and I get to see my life from a director's point of view. So it takes everything is happening to me, or why is this happening directly to me? I become like the director, you know? And then as you, I don't know if you heard before, and then I can work on that script a little bit to change the role that this actor, this avatar that we all see, the role that he's playing. because it all comes from our thoughts and our minds. Our thoughts are the script, right? And the writer is what we call our higher selves. So yeah, it's just an experience, and we have the ability to be in each of these positions sometimes simultaneously. We can jump in and out of them, but for some reason, and this goes back to our show topic, you know, we stay in the actor, the avatar. We're grounded in the physical body. You know, we play the role of Brittany and Derek instead of being the creator, which we have the ability to do. I think it's just where we are in our beliefs, where we are in our awareness, you know, and it's a journey. And that's why I just tell people, you know, I'm learning. I'm not, see, because if I was there, I wouldn't be here. If I turned into this love that I talk about, that I'm experiencing, then I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here right now, you know, unless I volunteered. And if I volunteered to come here, I think by now I would know. I would know. Yeah, I would know. Anything else you want to add, Britt?
So, okay, so you said if you volunteered, you would know. So at this point, you don't know? Or did that?
No.
I guess how do you answer that?
No, I am a fallen one. I fell from a higher realm from source. I am a fallen one. I am from the descent of the fallen angels. And a lot of people can't handle that frequency because they look at it as a good or bad thing. Well, that's in the polarity of good and bad, because we all come from source, right? Even the fallen ones. We all are chip of source. It's just in order to become source again, we have to all become one. So we have to all be on the same vibration. And man, prime creative vibration is what they call the infinite, the one. I mean, to get back there, you become everything simultaneously, or you can flip it. You can use your awareness to view it from the source actually being in you, viewing everything through you, but you're a source and you're everything at the same time. It's amazing. I had like a glimpse of that, like a not even a particle of sand of that. It just came into my awareness, and it was the best feeling in the whole wide world that I've experienced, but at the same time, it was the most terrifying because of the power, just the power to be infinity, and then just go to nothing but just you. Whoo! Just you. You're the only thing that exists. Nothing else. It's hard to explain, but it's horrifying. And then you become everything. Yeah. So that's why I say I got some work to do. I'm working on me, you know, but I love myself. And when I say that, I'm recognizing that the vibration from my throat chakra, when I say I love myself, what do you hear when I say I love myself?
What do you mean?
What do you hear when I say I love myself? What did I say?
That you love yourself?
No, I didn't say. I said I love myself. So what did I say? You say it. Tell me what I said.
I love myself.
There you go. Non-duality. Right? There you go.
Oh, okay.
Non-duality. See, and there's nothing wrong with saying I love you, but when you say you, that's separate. And when I got that, when I say I love myself, everybody is that you're hearing the vibration of me saying I love myself. So you're receiving it as I love myself. And that makes us one. Right? Let me ring my bell on that one. I love that one, Brett. Brittany, you have been a warm spirit tonight, and I thank you for calling in. You've been a very, very warm spirit. Yep. Great questions,
thank
too.
You.
Great questions. You got great energy right now, and just keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Okay, peace and love, sister.
Peace and love.
All right. Great spirit. Great energy. Great questions. I'm going to keep the phone lines open for about 5 more minutes, ladies and gentlemen. 734-230-2744. Conscious chatter. Let me catch up with some of these in the chat. So do you believe in the whole Luciferian thing or one fallen being? Let me just say this. Let me see who asked me that. Matthew. I've read a lot of different. I've read the Bible 3 times. I've read the Quran. You know, I've studied. You know what I mean? I've studied with a lot of different nationalities, and it's not so much do I believe in it. The information is out there. I've scanned a lot of the information, and I think that there are truths in all different. See, there's nothing wrong with the books that were written. You know, you can pick up a book and just read it, and you know, based on where you are in consciousness, you can get the meat. I can get the meat and potatoes out of a Bible. You see what I'm saying? Or a Quran. And if I could speak Hebrew and the original tablets and the emerald tablet, there's so much information out there. I take in the information and I use that information to analyze where I am in my ascension. You know, the fallen angels is just a word that it's English, angels. You know what I'm saying? So I do believe, well, I know that there are very, very powerful non-physical entities. I see them all the time in the astral realms, and I know they're interdimensional beings. Now, some people call these the demons, and some people call them the devil and Lucifer. You got all of these different names and titles, but I know there is a supreme being in consciousness where it all started, and I know there's infinite depths to this. So see, we the new kids on the block right now in this stage, but we dealing with some very, very powerful entities. So I might not believe in the way they told the story. You know what I mean? The way the story was told 100%, but I am aware that it's shit out there, and it's real. It's real. It's just whatever you want to label them. I just call them, you know, higher vibrating conscious beings. That's you know, different levels. All right, I hope that answered your question.
Hello.
Yes, you're live with Derek on I'm Conscious Now. What?
Oh yes, hi.
Hi.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize there was a lag time between the phone and the computer.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I was. I tuned in very late to the show this time. Maybe about 8:40 p.m. Eastern.
Okay.
And I saw your topic about the fallen angels, but then I also listened to you say that we're all from source. Mm-hmm. And so I'm trying to understand the pain and loss. Why the source? I mean, is source trying to experience this pain and loss? And you know, because I guess down here we have duality, so you don't know pleasure unless you understand pain.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the problem? I mean, we had to put our dog down today, mm-hmm. and he's been with us for 10 years, and mm-hmm. it was just so painful.
Yeah.
But I knew I had to put him out of the pain that he was experiencing. Mm-hmm. And I just, you know, I'm a little bit older than you. I'm in my early 50s.
Okay.
And I'm just so tired of loss. So weary of losing my old folks, losing my pets, and So, what is the deal with source? Why is it so important to feel pain?
It's just the polarity of pleasure. It's that one, pain and pleasure is one and the same. It's just different frequencies. If you stay on the frequency of pain, you're going to run into pleasure. And so one can't exist without the other, especially in this reality. And the polarity of that is one feels good, but in retrospect, see, you got different strokes, different folks. Some people get pleasure from pain.
True.
You know what I mean? So you just have to, we all are experiencing things. And I told a young lady earlier, we have the ability to tag each experience with, we can go by how the way we feel or what we got from that experience. So you can sit in the experience and just tag it and label it, or you can sit in the experience, let the experience play out, and ask yourself, what did I get from this experience, instead of just labeling it good and bad. It's broader than that, it's broader than that. And one positive thing that you said is, you're a little angel. I like to call dogs little angels or guides. His time is done. He's not suffering anymore. I'll give you the perfect analogy of this, okay? And it really helps me. I got little ghetto fabulous simple things that will help anybody because I'm a simple guy, right? Have you ever saw your dog sleeping and he was doing that?
Yes, barking like he's running down the
right. He was having he was in another timeline. Dogs are conscious too. We would say he was dreaming, right? See, he was dreaming. He was going through something, right? And it's the cutest little thing when you're watching it, right? Well, now your little guy, your little buddy, he just crossed over. He just took that coat off and just crossed over. And guess what? If you really want to see your little buddy again, because it just happened today, you can see him tonight. All you got to do is just point your awareness and remember now. Remember, because you can do this two ways. You choose now. You choose because of the polarity. You can remember. You can stay the way you are now and remember all of the good times that you and the dog shared, and it makes you sad because emotion is an emotion, and your subconscious mind only gives you, it tries to say, what do you want me to do with this? You got real emotional about this. You need to handle this. And if you do this right before you go to sleep, okay, just think about your little buddy, and you can cry or you can laugh and remember the good times because it's just energy. And if you do that right when, you're yawning, it takes some will and desire to do it. You go to that non-physical realm with your little buddy, and you'll be able to hug him and kiss him and congratulate him, and you'll never be the same. After that, it just takes you to another level. I do it all of the time with, like, if I experience what we would call loss or death. Right before I go to sleep, I just really put my will and desire into remembering special times with this, either it's an individual or an animal, and I get real emotional. So my energy shifts, and then I go into that non-physical realm. And so my subconscious mind instantly pop that. It just pops up. I don't know why. It'll just pop up. You're there because that's the last thing consciously you put your will and desire in. And you'll be in the non-physical realms. The people call them your dreams, and your little buddy will be right there with you. And the only way you're going to realize that it's a dream is when you wake up. And then you have to choose how you feel about that experience, because it's going to be blissful and beautiful. But now you're back to this dimension where your little buddy is free from. So, so you have to attach your emotion to those experiences. I think it'll be a beautiful experience to see and feel and hug and kiss your little buddy again, right? Mm-hmm. And wake up and realize, wow, because it's going to be so real. It's going to be so real. You're going to jerk back into your body and wake up. Like, wow. And then you go,
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. We all are, the agenda for this show is just to raise the level, See, ain't no superstars on our platform. We come as we are. We're just trying to raise the level of conscious, one soul at a time, starting with us. So I'm healing with you.
Very good.
Okay.
That's great. Thank you.
Peace
Have
and
a
love.
good evening.
Peace and love, sister. Peace and love.
Peace and love.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Another beautiful sister, beautiful spirits. And I thank you for attaching your energy to this platform. I really do. Great questions today. I'm taking one more run at the chat. 9:59. I got 1 minute. And I got to take us home. So let me jump into the chat. One of the chatters say, I can't even see the names. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I got on the wrong glasses today. These are like my faraway glasses. So I'm blind as a bat here. I'm not sure whether this is one of the chat. Say, I'm not sure if I'm angel descent or not. But I do feel like I've decided to come here at this point in time. I have the drive to use my art to bring people to higher states of consciousness. That's great.
Call from. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Yes, you're live on Unconscious Now What with Derek. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, you're live. You're live, brother. What's your name?
So, my name is Kevin.
What's up, Kevin?
I'm good. I was calling about the full consciousness thing.
Okay.
So I had a question about that because I discovered this thing called tulpas.
I'm sorry, I missed
You
the last part. Call what now? What did you say?
a tulpa, and apparently you can like split your consciousness into a separate entity.
Okay.
So like I'm thinking of like that. So pretty much we're becoming the source of that entity that we create. So once it goes away, it becomes part of us when it's done. So it's like a multi-layered thing that I don't know. It just took me a step back to take all that in, and I discovered it.
Okay.
I think Ryan made a video on it too. But yeah, I'm not sure whether I came here for a purpose, because I really don't know what my purpose is. I mean, one thing I do, one of my issues is like, I guess what you said about love. It's like crippling when I feel it too. I can't really handle it as well as other people can. I don't,
Yeah, my friend. We're all, I can't speak for everybody. And like I tell people all the time, I'm through bullshitting myself. Excuse my language, but because you can BS people and jump on these platforms and play holier than thou or higher than thou or Mr. Perfect or Miss Perfect, or you can utilize these platforms to get a bunch of souls together and just throw perspective around and try to figure this thing out collectively. Because there's times where, I sit in higher rams and frequencies and I just get a glimpse and I'm like, wow, we don't know shit. Really. No one knows shit, really. I've been in.
That's how it was when I found out about this stuff.
Man.
I found out about it last year, and I'm sorry, go ahead.
No. Just when we think we know something, poof, whole nother frequency that just blow you away. And then you scratching your head like, damn, so now, okay, I'm conscious, now what? That's why we're here, because we're all asking, okay, now what? What can I experience now? What's my next move? You know what I mean? What do I want to create? What frequency am I on? Where's my soul group? We're all there, but just in different parts of our journey. because we're infinite beings. I understand that now from the lucid dreams and my outer body experience. I understand that I'm infinite. So, and I just take that in itself as a positive thing. Listen, man, if I am this F up, right? If I am from this, they stamp it a negative thing, you know, from the fallen angels, I got infinity to get my shit together. You see what I'm saying? And if this is as worse as it can get, because dude, it's pretty fucked up on earth. We gotta admit it, man. It is, you know, we're just conscious enough now where we can turn our awareness away from it. And it, you know, it's not on our immediate timeline. But I mean, man, it's pretty bad.
I'm 16 and I can,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I'm 46. And how old are you?
16.
See, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, man, the babies are coming in.
Last year, and then I started researching and stuff, and I tried astral projection. I wasn't a believer at first, and I tried astral project, and I got really close, and I started like, I didn't think it was possible, and I got like so close that it took me a month to recover, like to contemplate what I did.
It fucked you up a little bit, didn't it? A little bit. Dude, it's real. I tell people this all the time, you know, it's real. We playing with some real energy. You know, it's real. It's real. And it's what's so powerful about this is whatever you believe. So you have to learn this non-physical aspect of us, because that's what's creating this reality. It's coming from the non-physical. It's coming from the mind. It's coming from mentalism. You see, it's coming from what are your thoughts? What are you projecting? And that's what's creating this reality right here. We know that because how can I variance? Somebody asked me in the chat, how do you know these things? I would say, I throw other people's perspective around. I hear some perspective and be like, okay, I'll download that. But most of the stuff that I regurgitate, because I'm just one of those guys, I explore, man. I sit still 14 or 15 times a day. You see what I'm saying? Because this is what I do. I don't work outside of my home. So I'm not caught in the matrix as far as time. Sometimes I don't even know what time it is. You know, sometimes I broadcast at 9. Sometimes I broadcast at 1. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, time doesn't bind me to anything. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, brother. It's just something to think about. Go ahead, my friend.
No, what was I gonna say? Yeah, about the fallen angels thing. So, since there's like different timelines of us, do you think it's possible that one of us or a version of us will never get to the source?
If it's your choice, it's all based on your choice. It's our choice. We have choice. You see what I'm saying? And you got infinity. Just like these fallen angels that we talk about, these historical angels that are in some of our oldest writings that we have, that, you know, that they got in museums. They talk about these fallen angels and these higher entities that fell from a space, you know, and I look at that as vibration. You know, it's choice. These entities, it's your choice. It's the. I'm starting
to get used to the feeling energy and other people's energy, because when I meditate, I think it was last week.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had close experiences with feeling energy. And it was like kind of overwhelming. Like when I was meditating, I could feel like it was just hard to describe, but it was like a shocking sensation, pretty much.
That's good, man.
Touch your whole body.
That's good. You are aware of your energy, and then from there you'll become aware of your non-physical body or your astral body. You'll become aware of it, and that's when you can really start getting out. You're aware of this non-physical body. You believe in that body just as much as you believe in this physical body. That's when you popping out. when you will your way out the body. You just meditate, center, and you'll just visualize that non-physical body, and you change frequencies, and you just go. And that's when it gets fun. That's when it gets fun. But you gotta, manage, and it's hard when you're 16. So I understand where you are, but you gotta manage that matrix time. Usually when you're 16, a lot of 16-year-olds are real big in video games and all. You got to take some of that time from the video games and the movies, and you got to dedicate it to your spiritual growth. See?
That's true.
Yeah.
I was wondering, like, because the reason I was talking about false self is because I was wondering if you were able to connect, like, create a thought that I was able to connect you to your subconscious, which you can, like, directly communicate with your subconscious without having to get into a higher state of being. Since you have I was researching, I was just looking at all this stuff and trying to put it all together.
Yeah. The only way that I'm able to tap into my subconscious is to go to a almost non-physical state. I want to say is when I'm not 100% conscious on my physical body. It's when I'm in that, I always screw this word up, but it's when you're in between physical and non-physical. You're right there. There's a little space.
Yeah.
And a lot of you know what I'm talking about. It's like you're conscious, but you ain't moving your physical body. You're right there about to cross that threshold of the non-physical realms. I can tap right into my subconscious and my higher self because I'm raising my frequency. So I guess what it actually is in retrospect is you're raising your frequency. So you're becoming the non-physical aspect of yourself. You're becoming your higher vibration, your higher self, and you're taking on that consciousness. That's all it is. I think a lot of times when we talk about it, we paint a picture of, you popping into all these different, but you just changing. It's all you. You're just raising frequencies and becoming that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I find, and I'm going to let you go, and this might help you. When I finally found out what astral travel and astral projection was, because I painted this picture, man, when I first started hearing about it, and I was a little older. I painted a picture of it wasn't what I've been doing it all my life since I was a little child. When I really found, like, I'm out of body. I've been doing it all along. I painted a picture of something that it wasn't. When I was a little child, I would always leave my body in my imagination because as children, we're more in our imagination. See, with you being 16, depending on, your journey that you're on, most 16-year-olds can still imagine. You still got that young imaginative mind. You're not all the way turned out by the matrix. You ain't done 30 years in the factory, or, you know what I mean? 16 years in med school. You know what I mean? So, dude.
Yeah, I don't know how I got here, but I'm really glad I did. It really, like, puts into perspective and, like, what's out there.
Yeah, and that's all we doing. That's all we doing, man. We could be talking about so many other things that has no merit on bringing the vibration of Earth up. See, collectively, we're going to raise the vibration of Mother Earth. I know exactly what's going on. I'm just doing my part. See, and you're doing your part because, see, you're attaching your energy towards raising the level of consciousness. It's just like all of that wasted energy. Just visualize the Super Bowl now, right? Some entity, dude, I'm telling you, this shit is real. Some entity just cashed in on, just if you look at it like energy is money, some entity or group of entity just got just trillions and trillions of dollars in energy. All of those people was hollering in that stadium. Someone was siphoning all of that energy for an agenda.
Yeah.
You see, and that was a lot of energy, man. Damn.
I've been doing this for like a year now, almost.
Yeah.
Like when I was watching, I can't really, like, my heart, like, it's hard to breathe sometimes when I'm watching it.
Man, all that energy that
Yeah,
I didn't even turn it on, bro. I didn't, because I wanted to keep my space. And you'll understand what I'm talking about when you find that space in you where you just got peace. You just got peace within yourself. You ain't gonna want nobody to come mess with it. So I didn't touch it because I just didn't feel like playing with all that energy up and down and up. I just did not want to touch it. But anyway, peace and love, brother. Don't be a stranger. I really appreciate you calling in and sharing your energy on your platform. And
you too. I called, but I wasn't sure it was you because the stream was lagging, so it was. I kind of canceled. I called back and it cut off.
yeah,
So I just waited till the way you called before me to finish your story before I closed back. But I'm sorry about that.
no problem, man. No problem, bro. It's all good. It's all good, man. Peace and love, okay?
You too. Thank you.
All right, all right. That's what's just, for me. I'll turn the phones off. Give you my final thoughts on this. You got, ladies and gentlemen, understand. We got 16-year-olds calling in with just questions. That's so freaking positive because they're not teaching this in the schools. They're not. And I've been in the churches. And it's a different kind of energy. What do I mean by that? It's a more militant, structural, controlling, one-dimensional energy. This is how it is, and there's nothing outside of this. So it takes all of your consciousness and you just channel it through one religion. And I'm multidimensional, and it just didn't fit me. I'm not saying it's good or bad. It just depends on where you are on your journey, Yeah, so anytime I hear 16-year-old and young kids jumping on, asking questions and just attaching themselves to our frequencies, it's very humbling. It's very humbling. And I've never felt this way. The way that I feel right now, money has never made me feel this way. The energy I'm sitting in right now, money's never made me feel like this. So I just want to tell you, I love myself. Say it. Let's push that around. I love myself. I love myself. My final words, I have spoken. I just want to thank everybody for jumping on here with me tonight, 9 p.m. I love the 9 p.m. crowd, and I love the 1 p.m. crowd. I don't know. Someone will ask me, is it going to be 9 p.m. or 1 p.m.? We're going to do both. We're going to be spontaneous with it. Keep it interesting. I just don't want it to feel like I'm running a show. You know what I mean? Maybe it's just me. I'm spontaneous, I want to keep some kind of time frame, but I don't want to always do 9 and I don't want to always do 1. Sometimes I might want to do 3 p.m. You know what I mean? I just don't want it to be like a show. I love the raw, organic feel that we have here. It's just, I like the energy here. I don't like it to be so scripted and structured. I like it when it go left or right, or you know what I mean? Because that's life, right? That's how our lives are. So I try to keep it as organic as possible. And I thank you so much for joining me in this space. Everybody take a deep breath before we go. Come on, let's do this together. Deep Breath in through the nose. Hold it. Hold all that energy we got today. And release. I'm conscious. Now what? Peace and love, brothers and sisters.